Not sure exactly what kind of bears these are. My guess is that these are sun bears, but I could be wrong. Sun bears, by the way, are the smallest bear, but actually one of the most aggressive. These bears know that there is food in this vehicle, and they are trying their darndest to get some.
Класс, это вот большой медведь, получается, он просто больше, да?
This video is the epitome of cute. A bear cub can't get enough of this man. Like, I wouldn't do this because it's not good for humans nor bears, as bears should naturally have a fear of humans. I mean, imagine this thing fully grown, walking up to someone like wanting to play. He is going to wind up as a fancy rug.
Красавец. А ну давай еще. Сейчас я бегу, как он схватил меня. Как он бежит.
Talk about a close call. Two guys are out enjoying their snowmobiles when an enraged grizzly bear takes a swipe at the one filming and nearly takes his head off. Check it out. So check this out. So this woman is snowboarding. As it's bad enough she didn't really know at the time that the huge bear was coming for her, as she had her headphones on. But she didn't even find out till well after. Like, can you imagine blasting Rihanna and getting a tap on her shoulder from a bear like this one? You would probably have a heart attack before the bear even did any damage to you. Insane. A man walks out of his Florida home to find a black bear just casually strolling on his lawn.
It's the biggest freaking bear, dude. I'm just gonna sit down, but check him out. He's awesome. He's chill. It's a male. See his scrotum hanging. What's up, buddy? Ain't trying to take my trash today. I'm down just to watch you. Just watching you, man.
A hunter is in his tree stand and gets a carnivorous surprise, up close and personal.
Throat.
Polar bears are no joke and are the tallest of all bears, and they are scary looking. Whoever this polar bear is chasing nearly found this out the hard way. My question is this: you've got all this open area. Like, how the hell do you even get this close to this majestic creature? Like, I just don't get it.
H.
Nu ai voie aici. Nu înțelegi că nu ai voie? Du-te în pădurea ta. Știu că tu vrei ceva, dar n-am ce să-ți dau. Nu ai voie aici. Hai să facem un concurs. Haide după mine. Haide, dragul. Ești un zăpăcit.
This bear is annoyed yet cautious. Obviously, it's a pretty young bear, but it's still a doggone bear. And this ski instructor, going downhill, activated its prey drive, and it quickly gave chase.
Obosișa. Hai, fugi în pădure că după aia te iau ăștia și cine știe pe unde ajungi.
Dad, look at this. You're kidding me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No way. He's gonna fall.
Man, oh man, check out this black bear. So there is some beaver meat on this thin rope, and it is most certainly determined to go get it. Let's be honest. Gotta be impressed when it comes to how long the bear held onto this rope before it finally fell. Holy moly.
I can't believe it. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. Look at this. You're kidding me. There he goes. Oh! There he goes.
This one is an interesting one, right? So a man is out for a morning workout when he was approached by a black bear. Now, black bears are curious animals and they won't always attack, but of course they are still bears and capable of ripping a human apart.
Let him go out super wide.
Yeah.
Don't smash him in the head
Yeah.
with the track.
Hey, go on. Go on your way.
Come on. Good.
It'll be your part from now, okay?
Keep ready.
Yeah.
So this bear is methodically following this man around for several minutes as the man tries to shake the bear off. Eventually the man sees the bear slow down just a little bit, which gave the man enough time to run. This was a very close call. This bear comes to a very nice home that must be so spacious that it took quite a while for the two tiny guard dogs to come to the rescue.
Here's mama and two cubs very close to us.
This bear has to be at least 800 pounds, I bet. It's huge. Being this close to mama and her cubs seems, risky to say the least.
Awesome. It's about the coolest thing that'll ever happen to you on a bear trip.
Yeah, that was
Doesn't get any
close.
better than that.
Oh, goodness. I hope everybody got a lot of shots. Did you, Derek? Yeah.
Betty, how was that?
Oh, come on, bears.
Oh, you don't mess with my car.
They can't do any.
Oh, dear. Are you filming this? Oh, don't scratch up my hood of my car.
No, they can't. Dashi, they cannot hurt us. You. You should start moving. Start driving.
Or what should I do?
Start driving. I would just start moving forward. Start moving forward.
But I want to fly.
A bear is on a balcony in Romania and doesn't find anything to eat, so it decides to nibble on a GoPro camera. check out this encounter where a man is walking and texting and runs into a black bear.
Apparently the bears decided to move around.
Oh, garbage cans are out too.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes ago, the bear left the clearing in the backyard there, and he made his way over to the driveway over on Mayfield. He came down that driveway, down Mayfield, and now he's on Briggs, and now it looks like he's turning into another driveway here. We're going to kind of maneuver around and see if we can get another shot of him. But yeah, he was definitely
right there.
Oh, okay,
man.
we got someone, a resident there.
He just saw the bear. Oh.
A bear comes to this beautiful home and wants to get in. Then the police are called.
Oh God, Angela, help me. Angela, help me. Come here, bitch. Come here. Okay. Oh God.
Some old footage of a giant grizzly who sees this group of guys and is not pleased with their presence. Look, I don't know about you, but I would not be trying to antagonize an animal who can run 100 yards in 5 seconds and has the strength to tear you apart in seconds. Maybe that's just me.
Hey! Hey! Go! Hey! Hey! Go! Hey!
No se muevan.
Folks, you can't make this stuff up. Like, props to the woman who kept her cool along with the rest of the women, because this was well on its way to being a tragic ending had they panicked. So a black bear decides to harass a woman, and it seems more curious than aggressive, but wow. Like, what would you do in this situation?
Moose and a grizzly. Look at it, it's going after it.
Grizzly, did you see the grizzly?
It's chasing it.
Grizzly bear is chasing it. Cool.
We have all seen bears chase moose, but just imagine being out and about and seeing this literally happening right in front of you, like unexpectedly. It would have been the most frightening, yet the most exciting thing ever.
Moose and a grizzly. Look at it, it's going after it.
Grizzly, did you see the grizzly?
It's chasing it.
Grizzly bear is chasing it.
We all know by now that bears have a fantastic sense of smell. Also understand how smart they are. This bear smells some trash through a garage door, and check out what happened next.
Look at him! Stop, please call the police. Oh my God! Look. Ah! Holy! Oh my God! Look! No! He just cleaned it! By his mouth! Damn it! Should I just beep the horn? Yes. No!
This bear literally figures out how to open the damn garage door. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Like, I've never seen anything like this. It's also pretty terrifying if you think about it.
Barry, don't follow us. Don't come towards us. I don't want to use my bear spray. That's a good boy.
This is what I call a smart man. So he's walking on a trail and encounters a huge grizzly bear. The man started walking backwards and speaking calm but loudly, which I imagine is in the standard what do you do if you encounter a grizzly rule book, right? He mentioned he had bear spray, which was good. The bear didn't seem like it was worried about any humans, and it was just basically minding its own business and took a detour to get away from these humans.
That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Keep going.
my car.
You know, the problem is, what do? Do you hop out the car and politely tell the bears to stop destroying your car? So a family of brown bears at Yellowstone decided that this car would make a great play toy and started to attack the car. The kids in the car were not trying to hear it, and I don't blame them.
Just start moving forward. Go forward. They said not to stop. Start driving forward, Jacob.
A grizzly bear chases a moose right by this home, and it's caught on camera. A curious bear opens the car door. Only problem is that there is someone sitting there in the car. Like, yikes.
He knows. Oh, drive away, dude.
Dude. Go.
He knows. It knows how to open.
Kind of give him some space. With all of us here, can't do much. Yeah. You know, you gotta run him off. Unfortunately, you can't cut him off now.
Oh, he's coming fast.
All right, don't worry.
All right, man.
This is a video from a few years back that takes place in Glacier National Park in Montana. So evidently this guy comes near a grizzly bear who sees him, stops to survey the scene, and continues toward him. Hell to the no, I would be out of there. My question is, does the bear see humans so often that it's not scared of humans? Was it going to attack this man had he not retreated? What do y'all think? A grizzly bear chases a mother black bear and her cub.
Whoa, bear!
Hey, bear! Whoa, bear!
Check out this encounter between a ranger and a family of bears at Glacier Park. They start yelling at the bears to let them know that they are not intimidated, although I would be peeing my pants. So I wonder if the bears initially were going to attack, but the loud noises deterred them. They eventually run off, but that is way too close of a call for me.
Go! Go! Whoa, bear! Whoa, bear! Whoa!
Check out this cat that has the balls of steel and actually chases a bear up a tree. Folks, I am not making this up. Here is a giant polar bear who figured he would help himself to some stuff in the bed of this truck, hoping to find some food out of there. The same bear did it again with another truck, but what tripped me out is how dude got out of the truck. Not a good idea at all unless you have a weapon in your hand, bro. Like, just keep your butt in the truck next time. You better believe that this driver in Alaska didn't expect this bear, who crossed the road once, to double back and then charge. This was insane, and I'm glad they weren't on foot or on a bicycle.
Bushes. There it is right there. Yeah. Pull forward a little bit. Stop, sir. Go. Oh my God. Go, go, go. Hit the gas. He's right next to us. Holy fuck, we just got charged by a bear.
Some bears break into a home and do what bears do. The bears cause a little chaos. Look, my first thought was that I'll just attribute this to perhaps this is a young bear that doesn't understand what it is and what's chasing it. Because this dog would have most certainly been a meal for this bear if it were older and more experienced. Then again, when I watched it more closely, at the beginning of the video, you can see that there are several dogs there, with this dog being in the forefront. So maybe that's the deal.
Yeah, still a few bears around.
Go! Listen, if it comes running, Josh, get up
Go!
there.
Getting up there.
Let the food burn.
Go!
Run! Call the police. Come on, Dad.
Go!
Dad, come on. He can jump over there, guys.
Woo!
Another black bear sighting, but this time in someone's backyard. I think this bear is obviously just hungry. Well, heck, then again, bears are always hungry, aren't they? But look how close they are and how comfortable they are antagonizing this bear. Do you think they would do that to like a grizzly?
Go!
Yeah.
Josh! Josh!
Get out of there.
Oh. Quit!
Oh.
No! No! Josh, get away! Dad, get away! Josh, get! Let him have it! Get, Josh! Get! Josh! No! Josh, quit! Let him have it! Let him have it! Move, this ain't funny. Move, Jacob.
Check out this standoff between two hungry wolves and a bear, as they have sort of a standoff over some dead carrion. What trips me out about this video is that this wolf here is not really scared at all by this bear. Now, I know a wolf can hold its own, and they are apex predators, but they can't hang with no damn big bear like this. But hunger will make you do some crazy things. Nevertheless, this is Mother Nature at its best.
It seems that trouble comes naturally for these two cubs. Now they've stumbled onto another stranger, a Himalayan black bear who could cause a lot of trouble if annoyed.
I don't know why a black bear decided to take on two big tigers, but I bet he never does that again. One tiger would be a mismatch in itself, but two tigers? Seems like a death wish. So in Russia, a bear chases a dude and somehow is hit by a bus. The bear ends up being okay, and at the end of the video ends up chasing that man again. The question has to be why this man is just standing there with his cell phone as if the bear is not there. This is going to be one hell of an insurance claim. So a mischievous and probably very hungry black bear breaks into a home, and I'm pretty sure it's trying to figure out where the owners are hiding all the food. Then it does something I did not expect. Evidently, this was taken with a home camera, presumably while the owners were gone. And I'm just happy they weren't there because a hungry bear is an aggressive bear.
I think we should move. Just slow.
I think we should move, like, duh. Imagine had they not seen this black bear lurking in the background. So black bears are not usually all that aggressive and tend to be more curious than anything else. But it's still a bear, and animals like bears should not be this close to humans. They should always fear humans. I mean, trust me, it's good for the human and the bear.
He's like just over. It's okay.
Here's a very interesting video of some bears in the distance. Now, I mean, they are a pretty good distance away, to be honest with you. Like, to the point that even you or I probably wouldn't have even felt threatened by them if we were there. Unfortunately, one of the bears spotted the human, and he wanted to come give him a hug right quick.
All right, it's time to leave.
Three grizzly bears seemed to be just chilling when this one started running out of nowhere. Isn't it amazing how fast bears are to be so big? I'm guessing that this bear had already been somewhat of an issue at this home with trying to get into the chicken coop. Bro was trying to get him a 3-piece and a biscuit up out of there. The homeowners found a very creative way to get it to stop its destruction. The people in this car got the scare of their lives when a bear manages to open the car door.
Oh my goodness!
Ну покажи ему. Вот. Да.
Аккуратно.
Молодец.
Молодец. Еще одну держи. Орёт.
Feeding a bear out your driver's side window just seems like a bad idea, doesn't it? What happens if the same bear walks up one day to someone who is eating their food in peace and minding their business, and that person doesn't want to share their food with the bear?
Да, он меня въебет, а потом чё?
Да не въебет. Слюни, блин, а? На, забирай, забирай, забирай. Молодец, красавчик.
He's going near your car, Dick. Dick, seriously. Dick. Oh, God.
He smells whatever.
No, no, no.
A crazy bear is in over its head when it shuts itself inside a Cadillac Escalade.
There, he's gonna get out now. He's out. No, there he is.
No way in the world should anyone ever be this close to a wild bear. The bear didn't like its space being invaded, and although it was initially pretty laid back, this became an interesting but scary moment.
Stop the...
They're on the move in the nearby parking lot by getting dangerously up close and personal with a Smokies bear. This man is less than 15 feet from a call to 911.
Getting as close as 15 feet away from a powerful 300-pound black bear, like, I don't know why people try to run from an animal that can run 35 miles per hour. Folks, Usain Bolt back in his prime could only run 27 miles an hour, so these things are fast.
You know what? I don't know if he'd have gone the other way or not until I got off that trail. Because it wasn't until the park ranger said, get off the trail and move up, did that bear move away. So I guess maybe he's as afraid of us as we are of him, I don't know.
Let's hope so.
Tell me about it.
Это мои пирожки, блядь. Это мои, наверное, мои с картошкой, это с кетчупом. Бля, может спуститься к нему?
A man in Siberia nearly met his maker when a polar bear gets too close.
Уйди! Ёбаный в рот, блядь! Ты чё, отец, ёпта? Хуя себе, блядь! Маслаш, уходи оттуда, нахуй! Блядь, нахуй надо!
This is a video from a few years back that takes place in Glacier National Park in Montana. So evidently this guy comes near a grizzly bear who sees him, stops to survey the scene, and continues toward him. Hell to the no, I would be out of there. My question is, does the bear see humans so often that it's not scared of humans? Was it going to attack this man had he not retreated? What do y'all think? Look, my first thought was that I'll just attribute this to perhaps this is a young bear that doesn't understand what it is and what's chasing it. Because this dog would have most certainly been a meal for this bear if it were older and more experienced. Then again, when I watched it more closely, at the beginning of the video, you can see that there are several dogs there, with this dog being in the forefront. So maybe that's the deal.
Yeah, still a few bears around.
Another close grizzly encounter, and these people are way more relaxed than they should be. Luckily, this bear is pretty laid back, but you have to wonder if this was worth the risk.
Yeah. He's on the move too.
Here's a video of a grizzly. Looks like a pretty young one at that. The bear appears to be looking at some cows, hoping to make a nice steak dinner out of one of them. The bear realized it was probably trying to bite off more than it could chew, so to speak, and decided it was going to leave them alone and try something else.
You guys get ready to get in. Throw your ass.
There is nothing like a fight between three 1,000-pound bears, right? There are other ones here at the Romanian zoo, but they just laying back in the cut in observation mode. It's always crazy to me how huge animals like this, they just fight, and then they go about their business like nothing just happened. Like the strongest men in the world couldn't even survive 5 seconds in an all-out temper tantrum with one of these things. It's just incredible. Two enormous grizzlies run by onlookers like they're not even present.
Holy shit.
I would be freaking out.
Boy, I agree. A tourist had a close encounter with a mama bear and her cubs on a trip to Anaquista. We showed you this video yesterday, posted to TikTok. Photojournalist Brian Holt spoke to Anaquista today, who says these bears are frequent visitors.
This happens at Anaquista, which is an amusement park in Tennessee. Is there any scenario where you can imagine coming down this roller coaster and seeing this in your path? Hell to the no.
I would encourage, if you were to encounter a bear while you were here at Anaquista, to of course maintain that 150-foot distance that the park recommends and notify one of our staff. Anna's not the only bear here on the property. We do see several families. One is a bear with 3 cubs that our staff has lovingly called Goldilocks because of the 3 bears, and another bear called Scrappy. And you know, I guess our bears just enjoy our wide open spaces and our fresh mountain air, just like our guests here at Anaquista do.
That close encounter in Colorado where a woman pulled into her garage came face to face with a black bear. There it is.
A 400-pound black bear was too comfortable after wandering into a family's garage looking for food. Bruh, 400 pounds. Like, I would not get out the car. No way, no how.
Bear, get out of my garage.
Backstrom had just pulled into her Colorado garage Tuesday when this 400-pound black bear followed her inside. At one point, it even climbs up on her car and starts sniffing around.
Shoo, bear, shoo! I quickly hop back in my car. Keys are in there. I roll up the window as fast as I can.
The mom tries to scare it off. She makes some noise, even tries to nudge it out by backing up the car. The bear barely even notices, as you can see in her car's rear view camera.
So it's noted that this bear has likely been fed by humans and had other interactions with people, which is likely not a good thing.
He's giant.
Imagine finding a creature like this taking a nap under your house.
This guy's huge.
The 1,000-pound bear clearly wants to be left alone. So how do you get a bear to take a hike? Make a lot of noise. Bye-bye, bear.
Surveillance videos show the crazy confrontations between bears and people inside this Kings Beach gas station convenience store over the past 3 weeks. This one, dated August 30th, shows a bear lying on the floor eating candy and crackers. This video shows a bear inside the store August 12th, followed by a customer swatting the bear's backside. And this video from August 29th shows an employee trying to prevent a bear from entering the store until the bear makes a quick move forward, lunging at the employee, who quickly backs away.
When a bear showed up in one man's backyard, there was no horsing around. Only on 7, Action 7 News anchor Tanya Mendez went to Durango, where a pair of horses took on a bear and won.
I thought, that looks like an awful big dog. And then when I looked again and got the binoculars, I was like, wow, wait a minute.
Wait a minute is right. A closer look, and this is what Jack Llewellyn saw.
I mean, I'm sitting there watching the bear running for his dear life.
A black bear in his Durango backyard and a few crazy horses taking a stand.
So I woke up my wife and said, you won't believe this. Come check this out.
The horses stood tough on their turf.
Like, okay, let's let him know.
Llewellyn's wife started snapping pictures as the horses gave chase, hunting the bear through the pasture, along the fence line, and the bear tried to hide from the horses.
Wow, talk about potential prey becoming the predator. These horses wanted all the smoke when they saw a bear, and they were ready to literally kick its butt.
Their turf.
Like, okay, let's let him know.
Llewellyn's wife started snapping pictures as the horses gave chase, hunting the bear through the pasture, along the fence line, and the bear tried to hide from the horses.
He was in full sprint running along, and then the horses would stop for a little bit. He would stop and rest, and then they would take.
An aggressive black bear chases a scared man up a tree in Russia.
Все, пиздец мужику. Достанет сейчас.
Their phone's in another room. Hayes Sherman called 911 through his smartwatch, while Bobby Hardin barricaded the door between the kitchen and TV room.
We've never been more scared in our lives.
You can see the bear make its way towards them, and then you can hear it.
The bear was shaking the door, and we had to hold it shut.
Then from the most frightening moment of their lives to the most relieving.
I saw a flashlight in the driveway, and this was an amazing moment.
Placer County Sheriff Deputy Allison Prero kicks the door in.
Things scarier than mama bear with bear cubs. This mama turns the table on a car passing by, and she is not happy. This coyote wants no smoke from a grizzly bear at Yellowstone. A Eurasian lynx gets chased off a deer carcass by a very hungry bear. Imagine a scenario where you are driving on the freeway and see a grizzly bear that looks like it could catch you if he wanted. This footage isn't that clear, but this shows a black bear going after two dogs.
Run! She's going!
With the ostrich feathers.
Now, your voice is going to be on that.
Ooh,
A chubby black bear is relaxing under a porch deck and seems to be in no hurry to leave.
Three bears came walking out right underneath the deck. We were just sitting there looking at them. A mama bear and two cubs. And the mama bear just eased on off down in the woods, and them cubs. So we were standing there watching him, and he was kind of heading back the way he came from, around the other side of the patio. We didn't know what to do. We got out the BB gun in case he came after us. And he kept watching us, and we was watching him. Finally, we decided just to give him a couple of BB shots right in the butt, and we did. And when we done that, he decided, I guess, he didn't want to hang around anymore, deal with that BB gun, so he just walked on off in the woods and disappeared.
Vieni Ale. Ehi, vai. Sì, la sto facendo, vieni. Non dargli la schiena.
The best for last. So this takes place in the Italian Alps, where this young boy comes across this giant bear that's following him down a hill. Props to the kid as well as the family for keeping their cool, because couldn't have been me. So a lot of the time with bears, they become curious. And if you can get them just to get bored with you and lose interest, they usually will go away. But when they don't, you are in big trouble.
Io a 3 metri l'Alessandro. Saranno tanti, non penso che
We'll talk about a wild encounter with nature. People out on the water were suddenly face to face with a grizzly. Yeah, our Sarah McDonald is in Squamish tonight. That must have been terrifying. Tell us what happened.
St. John, this is remarkable footage of an encounter between an apex predator and a kayaker, the likes of which most of us have likely never seen before and possibly never will again. Now take a look at this.
Whoa, back paddle, back paddle. Got it!
That kayaker on the right side of your screen, who was leading a group of river rafters with a locally based adventure group on the Ilaho River on Thursday, barely sees the bear coming. That is a grizzly bear that appears to be a juvenile, and look at the speed with which he is swimming. One of the kayaking guides who recorded the entire encounter on his GoPro camera says this video is actually deceiving, and that bear is much closer to his colleague than it looks. We showed it to some longtime locals and some tourists here in Squamish to get their reaction.
It's an extremely rare situation that very, very few people in this world will ever come across. And when you live in a place like this, you have to expect to encounter wildlife. So it's just part of living in Squamish.
Like, grizzlies are scary. But little black bears, no problem.
You're kind of rooting for the guy to kayak. Right? You're like, get away!
Now, according to the guide who took the video, the bear may not have actually been focused solely on that kayaker. It was apparently later discovered that there was a dead elk on the other side of the river, and it's likely that bear was just guarding its food source, and Sinjinit kept on swimming, avoiding that kayaker completely, who was fortunately able to paddle away from a very close encounter here in Squamish.
Yeah, hearts must have been beating. Okay, Sarah, thank you.
Thanks for watching. I'm Curtis. See you next time.
Well in the sand like a fish on land. Like a fish on land.